Welcome everyone to the channel YouTube. Invite you to subscribe and also click on the bell in order to open notification for the coming videos. April 14, 2022. For the Christians community, we remember the Lord's Last Supper, starting His Passion. But even you are Catholic, Christian believer, or religious persons, there is a message in today's context. Power ends and tends to the corruption. That is true. And absolute power corrupts, absolutely, said the quotation from Lord Action. Maybe the most famous phrase about how power changes people. But it is accurate. Does power always have a nefarious influence on people's character? Power is the ability to exert one's will and resist the influences of the other. In many searches, we tend to prove that statement, because these alterations manifest in themselves in what are often considered in the three main areas of psychological function: thought, emotion, and behavior. So one of the ways of power influences people is by affecting their thoughts and the way they process information. Research has shown that people in positions or relative power think in more abstract terms. They also process information in a simplified way, which can lead to more stereotype and heightened focus of central versus peripheral details of the situation. Power has also been shown to make people more strict in how they judge others and less likely to consider other people's perspective. Power also alters someone's emotional experience, the emotional experience. People in positions of power enjoy more positive emotions and higher levels of optimism, and do so in the potentially challenging situation, such as when leading the discussion of controversial topics. They have also been shown or smiled more, conceal sadness better than those who low in power, and react less in response to the stressful circumstances. People high in power have also been shown to feel less fairness and distress in the face of others' suffering, and reduce the extent to which they mirror the emotional response of other people. Power also changes the way people behave. Those who possess power are more likely to begin a negotiation, touch other people, and take the initiative when it's unclear whether such behavior is permitted. In general, power leads people to feel less constrained, but social conventions are more likely to violate social norms. Overall, it seems that power tends to make people more comfortable in taking action that foster their personal goals. Yes, power and influences are indeed used for selfish, manipulated, and immoral purpose, but not necessarily and certainly not always. Power and influences are neutral purposes, but not necessarily always forces that can also be and often are used for good. To be able to use them for good, however, or to be able to protect ourselves and others from the misuse of power and influences, one of the most understanding what they are and how to work is in this way, because we distinguish both of them. Power is the ability of the individuals to enact change or control over situations, events, and people. It is often granted by the official titles or offices and is therefore visible and recognizable to others. Influence, on the other hand, is more subtle or sometimes invisible. It is the ability to bring others around to your way of thinking, not because you control the situation as you might be with power, but because you persuade others to view a situation or engine in a certain way. Exercising power can bring complacence, even if it is reluctant as complacence. Exercising influence can bring consent, conscienceless or not. And today, tell us about the Gospel of St. John, that Jesus exerts the power and the influences to the apostles and disciples to go there and do the same. He washed the feet, but also he chose humility and service, and his power was to transform people's life. And that way, he sent the apostles to do the same. What I do now, you will do the same later. So, Together for You is a nonprofit organization founded since 2017 and has committed to do the same thing, to transform people's life. We have expertise people who help you to understand how you can use your power. Probably you are father, teacher, doctor, science, whatever. Use the power to serve, be humble, to recognize others' statements, other thoughts, and control your thoughts and your behaviors, and also the way the emotions. So your contribution helps other people to do the remarkable weight, transform people's life. They may deserve a second chance at bright future. Contact us 404-551-475. Let us know that you are ready and willing to help us. Your time, talents, and treasure make the difference. I'm praying for you, pray for me. May God bless you with His peace.